Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm going to do a monthly review, weekly review. Luckily, the weekly review landed on the monthly review, so we can get it all done at once. Here's a dollar. Weekly close. We got an opening candle coming up already. Looks like we came all the way back into the other side of the channel. And for now, we're just bouncing on the open. Let's see if we can get past this previous high, 99.35 or so. Break into these previous lows, get back into the other side of the channel. Let's see what happens when, first of all, if we can break previous highs. And then second of all, see if we can get past the EMA 8 once we get up in this area. But so far bouncing, trying to get over the previous highs over here. So get above previous highs over here, use that as your support. And let's get beyond this little meeting line where this came down to a point and it opened and came to this point. Call that a little meeting line above previous highs. See what happens. So far opening up in the dollar. Still pay attention to the left, right shoulder, head and shoulders top. Still working. Plus, let's see how we did on a daily close. See what happens when you get into resistance. Right where that meeting line is. Take out this hammer on the upside. Got lots of resistance coming on in. Nice little hammer on Friday's close, I guess. Not perfect. Still got a little wick. But it came all the way down to support and bounced all the way back in. Monthly close, let's see. Got a reverse head and shoulders. See what happens with the dollar. It's been coming down for let's call it 3-4 months. Edging down, edging down, edging down, and we're in this little channel on the monthly. Let's get above previous highs. Watch out below, as it did close below the 813. Got the last lines of support way down here. See what happens. It's opening up for the month so far. S&P monthly close, double top. Lower high is just a slight on the monthly. So we got a double top working on the monthly. It's got to take it out. It's going to stick there like a sore thumb all month. VIX. I'm not sure if that's going to make any difference on the monthly close on the VIX. Looks like we've got an outside day on the VIX. Let's come back to the S&P. Looks like we hit resistance. Still have that falling star. It looks like we opened up and closed back all the way in. Got a bearish encompassing, bearish piercing. Lots of bears in this one, S&P. Got a reversal bar. I got an outside day, dark cloud cover, bearish encompassing. I don't know what you want to call that. It's a whole lot of bearishness on the close Friday. Same as the Dow. NASDAQ seems to want to keep going. Closing near its highs. Nice break. Gap and run on a weekly chart. Very nice. And the monthly close. Watch out for anything that opens up, hits a top, and cranks back in. Watch for those double tops on the monthly open. See how many bear traps I can set. Back to the Dow. Put a lower high on the close. Or lower high on the weekly. Monthly, I guess you can call that a double top. Watch out below. Could continue on the way up. Let's see how the dollar opens when the futures or when the equities open tomorrow morning. Let's see. Not sure about the weekly yet. Daily's got a rolling over top here. See if that'll come back in. Got lots of gaps to cover. Watch out below 2,000 or 20,912 and below. The gap support and previous lows. 207. See what happens. Close a lower high. Close a almost falling star. It's got a rolling top. See what happens. NASDAQ looks strong though. Let's do monthly. Monthly close on Dow. Double top. And S&P double top. All right. Nice consolidation right over the 13. Looks pretty bullish. That's a nice consolidation right over the 13. Using the 13 as support, coming in, coming in, coming in. Closing above the 13. The 8 crossed or bounced right off the 34. You can see that J curve now. So it looks like the yen's gonna, how would you interpret that? Dollar to the yen. It's gonna go up. I guess, yeah. Gold. What's going on with gold? Monthly close above 34, 13, and 8. So I got plenty of support coming on in. Nice rally over the 8, coming back in. Nice inverted hammer almost. The monthly close on gold. So it punched through, came all the way back into support. Right over the 34 on the monthly, came back into support last month. Good bullishness. Just got to stop coming on in for support. Let's get above previous highs. Previous highs. Previous high. Let's step it on up. Had the first cross above the 34 back in. Now we came across the 34, coming back into the 34 one more time. Got higher lows. Let's watch previous high breaks this next month. See how we close for the week. Got a 3-bar pattern. Let's make sure that 260 holds. See this come down into 260 and turn. Still waiting for that turn. I got higher lows on the close this week, above the 8 this week, above previous highs this week. Nice close, just right on the button. Just wanted to stretch it back as far as possible before it cracks down. Use the previous highs as your support. If they break down, it's liable to come into that next range. It's going sideways on the daily. Look for another leg down into support, bounce. The long term is bullish, so look for those dips into support. It's got plenty of support. That 13 needs to cross at 34 next. So maybe that's why we're waiting. Monthly's above the 8, 34 and 13. Going to get that 13 above the 34 once again. Let's stay above the 34 on a monthly for sure. 1250. I really want to hold 1260 on gold. It was pretty rough getting through there. Now we got it as support. We need to hold it. It's pretty rough to get through 1260. Hit it once. Broke through, came back in. We're at support. Look for previous low breaks as it wants to slap right into support for a little quickie. Let it turn. Use previous highs as your support on up. Silver. Damn. The hell happened to silver? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days down. It's opening up for tomorrow already. Down. Where is that support? Just stretching it on back beyond belief. I got double bottom support at 12 or 1682. Wish we can hold this previous high or previous low over here. These previous highs. If it breaks into this next range, it's liable to come all the way back in. Why would we want to do that if we already broke through? Waiting for that turn. We got line of support from higher lows on the long-term chart. Trend is up. 8 is over the 34, 13 over the 34. Let's get this thing to turn back around, follow that 8 and 13 on up. Stretching it back. Stretching it back really hard. Really, really hard. Slingshot. Let's see how we open in the morning. This could just be making its daily lows or weekly lows, monthly lows. See what happens. Still bullish on all these. Monthly close. Closing right above the 13. Might need an opposing point. I got a reverse head and shoulders. So much going on. Looking for a turn. I don't know what's waiting for. Get the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Watch for previous high breaks into previous lows. That's 1850. Come on, 1850 on the monthly chart. Crank over the 34. Bust into this next range. Had a crushing week, crushing month. That's all it's doing is coming back into support on the monthly. The trend, the 13 to 8 is coming into a pinch on that 34. You see how the price is coming in between the resistance lines coming in up over the 34. Price is being stuck right in between. It's really, really wound up, isn't it? I think we got to get this thing cranking. I think once it breaks, everyone will realize what the hell, how strong this is going to be. It's taking forever, though. Monthly charts. It's going to take forever anyways, but let's see if we can find some kind of balance point right there. 1850, boys. Crack it up. So what do we got going on the short term? We need to get a turn on this. Turn up. Do it now. Got lots of resistance on the way up. This is a hour chart. So crank down one more time, I guess. Got the AB bottom working. Let's see if we can't get something out of this as a right shoulder or left shoulder. Something like that. Let's get a bottom pattern going. I got the AB bottom. That's the hour chart. Looks like we're coming off a bottom now. What was the bottom? 1704. So nice bounce so far. Lots of resistance on the way up. Previous lows, previous lows, previous lows, previous lows, all the way up. Crank that thing down. Damn. Look at that. Oop. Looks pretty calculated to me. Tried to break here, got rejected. A 2-bar pattern here, that could have swung back across. Got sucker punch right there, rejected there, rejected there. Nice hammer. Watch that hammer on the way back up. Tried to break here into the next previous range. Got a reverse head and shoulders here. And broke down there. Rejected, rejected. Take out the double top. 1740, 1760 into the next reversal bar. Let's crank it up over 18 in the next couple days. Let's get a bottom on this. I don't see a bottom yet on the 4-hour chart. The hour chart looks pretty good. Head and shoulders on the bottom. Plus the bounce has already started. Left shoulder, head. Right shoulder, crank it. Copper, let's see how we close the month. Copper hit a wall. I got a reverse head and shoulders working. Let's get that thing cranking. Looks like the right shoulder is just about completed. Had a nice bounce bar last week or last month. No, this is the open of this month. Last month had a nice crank down into support and bounce pretty nice. Let's see if we can get a turn on this. Crank it back the other way. Double back. Oop. A nice pattern break off the bottom. Boom, 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 into support. Got some resistance coming through. Might need to go sideways. See if we can get past the 8 into the 13, back for support. See if we can crank it on up. Daily close. Looks like a reverse head and shoulders working. Like a nice hammer here. Stay above the hammer. Might have to come through for a right shoulder though. Watch for previous high breaks on copper. 2.6 and above. Watch for the retracement into support first. Take out that hammer, use the hammer for your support. Bitcoin, just going crazy. Breaking previous highs. It's above previous highs now. Let's see what happens this week. Oh my God. It's above previous highs. Let's see what we got going on this short term. Looks like it's cranking up. It's going to do another leg here. This could get crazy. It's breaking all-time highs. There we go. Little production value breakout right now. Looks like it made a new high at 1361. Looks like it broke. Now we got a throwback on the 15-minute charts. Throw it back into the previous highs if it wants to get that far. I got previous high support right now at 1356. That's crazy. Looks like it broke. Came back into support already. Let's see what happens. That's pretty badass. GDX. The miners. There we go. Nice little bounce, a little outside day. Almost a nice bullish harami. Look for previous high breaks on that bottom. Be a nice flat top break for our bottom. 2245. Got lots of resistance coming back in. Watch that. See how we close for the month. Should have came back into support. Cranked right into the 34, came into support, got rejected here. Now it's still trying to get through. Skirting on support. It's got to get some kind of move across that 8 on that monthly chart into previous lows to ride it on up. I got major resistance at 35. It'll be seems like a while before we even get there. We're definitely above previous lows. Got resistance at 2 previous lows over here at 30. It's got to do something. GDXJ. Looking for that right shoulder to come in. It looks like it's being rejected. Miner's getting slaughtered. I got a higher low on the close. That's a pretty long candle last month. Gotta have some support somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. Weekly's terrible. Broke down. So now we got to close on the weekly. That's our opposing point now. Let's stay above that for this week. If we close there, if we climb from here, we got a higher low. Getting into previous lows, we can do it. It's just so weak. Came across the 34, came all the way back in. It's closing on a higher low. Where's that turn at? Silly bastards. That's a wicked, wicked, wicked hour chart. Gapping down, gapping, gapping. Let's get above 32.82 for a previous high break. I got gap resistance at 33. Let's just call it 33 into 33.50. Lots of work to do. I crushed it. Nice U bottom. Let's get an opposing point somewhere up in this area for a 4-hour chart. So we broke 4-hour chart. Here we go. Broke across the 8, coming back into support. We got support for the 8 on the 4-hour chart. Let's keep building off of this. Previous high breaks. 32.83. There we go. Let's see what the 4-hour chart looks on GDX. Same thing. Nugget. There we go. Finding a bottom. 4-hour chart. Let's stay above the 8 from now on. Let's watch it. Let's build it. Let's flat top break into the 13, coming back into the 8 as the 8 turns across. Let's find a bottom. Let's keep an eye on the 4-hour chart. JNUG, same thing. I'm just not sure about the JNUG thing because of the reverse split coming. I'm going to hold all my nuggets until that happens. We need to get it back above that support line. It's a long-term support line. Oh, no, I don't know. What is that? Long-term support line broke, actually. Just outside on a long-term chart. Yeah, I'm staying away from JNUG until after the reverse split, see where we end up. It's too much open interest, and I think they want to dilute it even more. That's my opinion. Sticking to it. That reverse split should happen this week. I'm not sure when. Where is support? It's hanging on a thread. That's all I can say. Monthly support's almost broken. It's hanging on a thread. I got previous low over here. It's a nice little pattern break if we can get above that line. That's a monthly. It's just on a tether. It just looks like crap. There's no other way to put it. It's barely hanging on a thread. It bounced through. Could be a broken pattern. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. I think they just ruined this thing. Could be a nice bottom pick once all the dust settles, but let's wait until after the reverse split to find that bottom. I got an inverted hammer on the daily. I got tri-tips on the daily, just looking for that turn. Lots of resistance on the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days in a row, just slammed it. Bam! Poor GDX, or JNUG. Crude. Nice star bottom. Long leg. Not a perfect reversal, but huge, huge leg. Opened up. Let's confirm that bottom. Previous high break into previous lows for crude. Nice bounce off of that support line. Higher low. Weekly. It's dancing with support. Looks pretty slight too. Not a lot of support hanging it up there. Let's cut all this crap out. Lines of support there once it wants to break down. So it has room to come back in. Mm-hmm. That reverse head and shoulders. Don't want that to break down. Oops. I don't know if I'm going to use that line, but I have previous low, previous lows, previous high, previous lows, previous lows. Let's make sure we turn from here. I got that reverse head and shoulders price pattern. We don't want to mess with that anymore, since we're above that neckline. So let's use this as our support. Looks okay for now. Nice bounce. Got to keep going though. Momentum's going to stay up, or it's going to come back into this whole mess of things down here. It's above support. Let's stay above support. Monthly close. See that reverse head and shoulders very clearly. Looks good. Let's confirm a bottom by breaking the previous highs as we did over here. Confirm the bottom, come back into support. Let's confirm that whole thing. Make a bigger pattern. Looks good. Good for a bottom play on crude if we can get a turn. Where support lies, I don't know yet. Monthly close on this bad boy doesn't look good. Look for previous low breaks as it wants to come back in. Closing on its lows on the end of the month there. Or is that this month's open? Am I going crazy? No, this is Friday's close. All right. Reversal bar rejection right there. Looking for an inverted hammer over support. That did not hold. Was looking for a reverse head and shoulders. Got rejected. It's got to make a miraculous recovery if it wants to turn around from here, because it looks like it broke previous lows. Look for previous low breaks on the downside for coal. That doesn't look good. Got rejected pretty nicely underneath that 34. So in other words, the reverse head and shoulders got rejected. Look for previous low breaks. I don't know. Doesn't look good. Watch out below. Could be a nice big cup and handle though. Fool everybody. We'll have to see. The handle can come back pretty far. I'm pretty sure if this, I think it's 40%. If that's, it can come down 40%. So let's call that 50. Let's call that, it has a little bit of room to come in before the cup and handle breaks down. I'm just guesstimating. That looks about half, I guess. So 40%, I guess it's right there. It just needs to pick up its legs and go on up. But watch for patterns to fail too. That doesn't look good. Look for previous low breaks. Looks like it crossed the 34, got rejected into the 34, and now it's looking like crap. That is an inverted hammer there though, or weekly close. It's looking kind of like crap on that daily because it broke previous. We'll have to see. That's a nasty reversal bar there, and it came down after that. Watch for continuation. Shanghai Composite. Let's start with the monthly. Just cruising along support. Crushed it here. Came down into resistance there. It's been climbing ever since. Got higher lows on the monthly close. Look for a previous high break. Nice hammer over support. Wham bam. Nice weekly closing hammer. Beautiful. Let's see. That looks like a bearish flag into resistance. Let's get above that 8 and work from there. So far, a higher low. Steel. Any recovery on steel? That doesn't look good. Not good at all. Closing on its lows, near its lows. Right over that 34, just sliced right through it last week. Monthly close. Coming into support. There's the long-term plan right there. Came across the 34, it's coming back into support. So play your games, play your cards right, and find a turn because the long-term chart is bullish. Long-term chart says that's a bullish retracement. Cross at 34, back into support. Pretty drastic drop into support, but let's wait for a turn. Nikkei, nice U. That looks like it's gonna take a hike up. Let's take care of my crap. Nice hammer on the close. Opening candles opening up. Looks like it's gonna go higher. Cross the 8, into the 8. Crossed over. Watch for previous high breaks. 19.6. Nice hammer right there. It's confirming that hammer now. Watch for previous high breaks. Nice. It's a good mover. Weekly close came into support. That's a bullish piercing pattern right there. Opened down, closed 50% of the previous candle, gapped up. Nice. Nice weekly close. Looks like a continuation's on its way. Previous high breaks. Looks like it's moving now. It's not going to wait. Little production value. Sunday night entertainment. Watch your previous high break on that daily chart right there. Crossed over the 34, did a real quick. Didn't even come all the way in. Real quick. Now watch the previous high breaks. It's going to be pretty explosive out of there. Let's see what happens. See if it'll come down and get me. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Got a bunch of crap going on here. Looks like the 10-year treasury came over the 34, coming back into support. Looks like it's trying to bounce on a monthly chart. Got a left shoulder, right shoulder. See the stair step here. Weekly's got a double top. Pretty hard to handle there. Looks like it broke down previous support line. Broke down, now we're at resistance. So we'll have to see what happens with this. But it's at resistance. Nice bounce though. Working the double top. Two bar double, tweezer top, outside day, whatever you want to call it. You got a lot of bearishness on those two candles there. Look, came into the 34 with a nice bounce on that weekly chart. Crossed over here. Crossed down into support one more time. Still healthy. It's above the 34. See if we can't get across the 34 on this next month on the monthly chart. Bam, bam, bam. Rejected. Nice hammer. Gapped open here. Came into support there. Or is that the bearish retracement. See if the bottom, see if it some kind of a bottom pattern will form or fall apart. It's got support. It's in between support and resistance now. Real quick on AG. Still working that diamond bottom. Someone wanted to look at, let's look at Apple real quick. See how that 3-bar pattern is working. Reversal, gapped pre, so now we got a lower high. It's got nice support. It's making a nice U. But I'm sticking to my guns for the weekly chart. I'm still working that 3-bar pattern right there. It's above support though. Could be wrong. I like that 3-bar pattern. Plus another reversal on the close. Too many wicks pointing up. Closing, breaking out, coming back in, breaking out. These are exhaustion moves. Look for previous low breaks. It's above support, but we got lower highs. Pretty far, it's pretty steep up there. It's gone vertical. And the monthly. Damn. Monthly's breaking out. That's a crazy old chart. I haven't seen that chart. Nice hammer over support. Monthly chart. Broke previous highs. See if it'll come back in this previous highs at 130. Bam. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe they're going to get a continuation out of that. Google and Apple doing a 1-2 punch for the NASDAQ. Someone want to look at Detour Gold. Detour Gold. I got an outside day for the monthly close. I got a hammer for the weekly close. Nice hammer on the weekly close. And so far at resistance on Friday's close. Nice bounce. Confirm that hammer on the weekly and stay above it all week. Might get a nice bounce. Nice hammer. Stay above that hammer. Break into the previous lows or the previous range. You got previous lows in here. Break above previous highs. Confirm that bottom. And then you can get up in this area before reaching the next previous low. Lots of work. I got the AB bottom in, higher low on the close on Friday. Nice close. See if you can get this to open up. If it opens up, take a ride. And the other one was MXLGF. I got an outside day on the weekly. AB bottom again, outside day. Confirm that previous high break at 14 and a half. Call it 15. Let's get above 15 on a weekly for support. And nice 3 bars, bullish. Nice hammer. Took out that hammer on the way up. Broke the 34, came into support. Let's see what we got on the close. Nice hammer over support. Nice. Looks like a bullish chart. So let's look at miners. Everything over 1 million shares traded. GDX on the monthly close. What's going on over here? Oh, there we go. So we went through this. Support has to hold this week. Let me see. GDX, JNUG, Nugget, GDXJ, they all support has to hold. Watch failing patterns. Watch that 4-hour chart. Over here is the 5-hour chart. 5-hour chart, we got support on that 8. I remember down. Stay by 8. Let's get a previous high break. All of them. None on the 4-hour chart doesn't look good at all. This thing back on. There we go. That looks better. What the hell's going on? Look like charts are all backed up. So anyways, just make sure support holds. Here we have the monthly chart. We have a 60-minute chart or the 5-hour chart. This is a excuse me. This is a half day, and then I got a weekly chart. Weekly is my favorite to trade off of. Gotta make sure I know what the weekly chart is. We know the story on all these miners. They got sucker punched. Looking for a turn. Keep an eye on the 4-hour, 5-hour. I got a half-day chart here that's got support on the 8. So I'm looking for a turn. Get this thing rounded up over the 30, over the 13 this next couple days. CLF had a bunch of volume. CLF is just being clobbered for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. What's going on? No, that's weekly chart. Get off of it. There we go. Still, that weekly chart's fucking disastrous. Look at that. Oh my god. So hit resistance, got rejected pretty hard on the monthly chart. Looks like we're coming into support. Came across the 34, came back into the 34, waiting for a turn. Damn. Cut it in half. ABX. Damn. Maybe I shouldn't go over these. So we're still in a bullish mode on ABX. That's Barrick Gold. Weekly charts trounced on. The monthly chart came across at 34, back into support, got a double bottom, came into a high, made an inverted hammer. Now we're just trying to get gather our legs one more time. I got higher lows and lower highs. Chart still looks beautiful. The weekly got just beat up. Lots of scaredy cats out there. Over time, looks like we're getting across that 8 on the half-day chart. Watch for a little pop this week. For some bottoms. Got a hint for a bottom? No. Can't get a chart out of that. Closing on its lows for the week. That doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. It's got a lot of work to do. HUY. Before bottom on that weekly, where is it? Hanging on support, hanging by life support. We're going to double bottom.